Hi y'all. Happy Wednesday. Did not have a plan on what I was going to talk about today. And I just keep recording video after video after video of me just like rambling about grievances with moss poles, right? The whole point of what I was wanting to talk about today was how I've decided that I'm not going to collect any more climbing plants. I say that, and I'm obviously allowed to change my mind and won't hesitate to in a moment's notice. But as of right now and where I'm at in my plant collecting journey, I don't want to deal with the hassle anymore, right? So like I've got a ton in here, and I've got a ton of plants that are climbing plants that haven't even reached a stage yet where they're going to want to climb, and I have to you got to start anticipating that stuff, like my giganteum is the biggest lesson learned, kind of like how a lot of people have Monstera deliciosus. Mine looks awful because she does not get enough light, so she is just upstairs living her life. There is a west facing window up there, but winter, fall, she slow growing. I've had the same leaf coming in for about a week now, but nonetheless, she's gorgeous. And honestly, that is as long as she is doing well enough to continue growing and still fenestrating leaves, I don't want her to get that big. But my giganteum is getting massive no matter what. Right, just doop, 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 doop. I've got an 8-foot fence post strung up to the wall by a monkey hook to make sure that it doesn't tip over. She is big. So that at that point I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to slow down on the climbing plants. I've got alocasias that are huge. I've got plenty of Thaumatophyllums. Okay, Miss Goldie Eye back here. She's a beauty. I love these. These are tree philodendrons. And y'all know I'm a philodendron. I love philodendrons. So I started collecting more Thaumatophyllums. Ooh, I'm about to go grab some. I just thought about it. I'll be back. So, I'm back. The main reason why I bring up Thaumatophyllums is that one, I'm obviously a philodendron collector. Big on collecting philodendrons. And I had a period of time where I wanted them all. I wanted them all. And as I have succeeded in getting a lot of the ones that I want, I did not take into consideration growing them and when it's time for them to climb. And then it's oh, well, that's fine. I'll get them a little plank, a little stick, whatever. They'll be fine. They won't grow that fast. They do. And when they climb even quicker than you expect them to. So, take my advice, okay? Prepare. Make sure that you know what that plant's growth habits are going to be. If it climbs, what is the manner that it climbs? Some plants will establish and climb up relatively fast once they realize and that hormone activates to let it know that it's time to size up. Some plants will take some time and you will be climbing it up a stump for quite a bit, and it's rapidly pushing out tiny leaves, and then eventually that next leaf sizes up. But what gets me caught up there, the pothos, okay? Epipremnums, period, because I've got about 6 of those, and every time I put one on a pole, you should see my man Jula. It has outgrown a 6-foot pole 4 times. I keep cutting it back. I just okay, what else can you do? But whatever. Anyway, I brought down some Thaumatophyllums just to show an example. And these are new. I guess I haven't shown them yet. This is a Thaumatophyllum Williams C, okay? A genus of the Thaumatophyllums. Now, I will say that a lot of these are just different mixes of different mixes. You're going to have pretty much lickety split in the genetic makeup of this in some capacity. There's, when you find a Williams C out in the wild, it was crossed and then planted there. But they're gorgeous. Thaumatophyllums get huge, so it still satisfies that terrestrial, I like the big footprint of these plants, and I like that the leaves on my plants get huge. I think that's super cool, and it just like adds to the jungle vibe. But then on top of that, I also have a stenolobum. She got thrips and has recovered, I'll say beautifully, because this is the newest leaf I've gotten since she's recovered, and it's nice and healthy. And if you look around, okay, like there are only 3 plants in this pot, but wild grower, the taller that she gets, the more you start to see that stump develop. I can't see. The more you start to see the stump develop and those aerial roots go in. Now, I have been asked, you know, if it develops aerial roots, then wouldn't you want to put it on a moss pole so it can root into it? You can. You can still do that with them. It's just they don't need you to. You know what I mean? So it's like, why? And that's what I like about them. However, they also get massive. Make sure you have room if you get it. But my whole ramble, the whole point of this is that's going to be my transition. I think I'm going to start exploring more shrub-like plants, maybe plants that don't get as big but look cool. Last year I did the de-influencing variegation, and that went on for a minute, and I bought a ton of green plants, but I did buy a couple variegated ones. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. So I want to do that. Also, I'm thinking of starting to go live. I want to start talking. I want to start hopping on live, maybe like once a week, maybe on like a Sunday, and we can do like a planty Q&A. We can kiki in there. We can talk astrology. Like, I know my astrology stuff. There's multiple layers to this one. Okay, I just prefer to talk about plants on the internet. So that's my spiel. Happy Wednesday again, and thanks for listening to me. Yeah, until next time, keep growing, loves.